Ennis, West Virginia, was once a thriving coal community located in McDowell County. Established in 1888 by William McQuail and James McCormick, the town served as the base of operations for the Turkey Gap Coal and Coke Company and later the Ennis Coal Company. It was named for the family of McQuail's wife, Joanna Ennis McQuail. Today, not much exists of the original town, and the location is now part of the Switchback community located along US Route 52. But at one time, it was home to a sensational ghost story. Various newspapers throughout southern West Virginia ran the story of the Ennis Specter in late August of 1917. One early Friday morning, just after the midnight hour, the residents of a local boarding house were awakened by the awful screams of a female in distress. All 8 to 10 people heard the screams, which, upon investigation, turned into the disembodied voice of a woman calling herself Smith. Miss Smith related that she was the sister of Frank Smith, who lived in Columbus, Ohio. She had been visiting Ennis some 14 years prior and was staying at the boarding house when she was murdered. The assailants, 3 men, stole $143 from her. The ghost was even said to be able to accurately name the family who owned the boarding house at the time of the murder. By the next morning, word of the ghostly voice spread far and wide, and visitors from miles around came to hear it for themselves. It is estimated that at least 3,000 people visited the town of Ennis in search of the ghost. Local miners even refused to go underground that Saturday. On Sunday morning around 9 a.m., the ghostly voice again spoke, telling the crowd the ghost's tragic tale. When one curious onlooker asked why she had waited 14 years to come back, she stated that she had been in torment these past years, and the devil had just now released her long enough to come back and share the secret of her murder. The boarders packed their bags and left, and it is said that even the owners themselves were packed up and moved out by Monday, not wanting to deal with the ghost of a murdered woman and the scores of onlookers she brought to town. The building in question isn't really specified other than it being a frame dwelling on the north end of the railway opposite the post office. While looking into the history of the town, I found mention of a boarding house beside the old high school that was specifically for the use of teachers, but as the high school wasn't built until the 1920s, this probably wasn't the house. There was also the Ennis Hotel, but that wouldn't have fit the description either. Unfortunately, it really doesn't matter now, as none of these buildings are left. The town of Ennis is as forgotten as the phantom Miss Smith, who once visited and ended up staying for an eternity. We can only hope that while forgotten to history, her murderers were one day brought to justice.